So it's one of these rainy, dull fall mornings, but we're in a warm place here. I'm eating one of the best pumpkin muffins that I've had ever. It's to die for. You should take a little picture of it, by the way. There it is. This is the remains of it. Look, show them what one looks like, whole and intact. Absolutely brilliant. You would wish you were here right now. You can see it. You do. So I finished Song of Solomon. It's been going on for about 20 weeks. First time I've been putting it off until I was old and mature. I probably should have waited a bit longer, but we finished it. And this coming Sunday night, I'm going to kick off a new series in the book of Mark. I don't think I preached on Mark before ever, but then don't trust my memory. But it's all new for me, and we're going to start Mark chapter 1 verse 1 this Sunday evening, and that would be a good one, a good series. We're calling the series "Read, Mark, Learn." Kind of clever. From the worship, the prayer in the Anglican prayer book, asking that God would enable us to read, mark, learn, and inwardly digest what we are studying in the Word of God. So that's kind of background of the phrase, but we are using Mark with a double meaning. We're looking at the book of Mark. Then, as we go into October, we have 4 Sundays in October. I'm preaching the first and the 4th. In which we're going to look at one of the issues of the day. We're not coming at it from a political point of view or kind of the news point of view, but we're looking at the whole issue of ethnicity and the gospel, and how certain principles of the gospel inform the way we as individuals and we as a church handle the matter of the differences that exist. Of course, ethnicity is only the tip of an iceberg that includes serious things like racism, classism, just the differences between us as human beings. And how do we understand where all that comes from? How do we address it as Christian people? And I think for me the biggest challenge in addressing any sin, whether in the church or outside the church, is what is our goal? And I think for me the goal is this. In the early church, what impressed the pagan world was this. They said, see how these Christians love one another. So if I have a goal, it is that we'll learn from this series to love one another. Not saying we don't, but that we learn how to love one another better, and to keep what other people have in their minds in our minds, so that we don't hurt them inadvertently. So be praying, will you, for this series. It's a landmine, a bomb waiting to go off, because so many of us from all different angles are invested in the subject. Be praying please, for me, for the other speakers, that we would glorify God and not let too much of our own presuppositions and prejudices affect the way we handle the Bible. Would you pray for that? Thank you very much. Have a good week.